Okay, gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tenek127 and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my beginner's guide on Edge of Eternity's turn-based combat. But before we get into today's video, I do want to give a special shout out and thank you to Edge of Eternity for sponsoring today's video and hooking me up with early access to Edge of Eternity on PlayStation 5. So that way I could have this opportunity to showcase some awesome content for you guys. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys, just so you know, a little short, brief overview of Edge of Eternity's combat and show you how it works. So Edge of Eternity used what's called a turn-based grid system for combat. Now, it's similar to your typical, turn-based RPG. You'll have an active time battle gauge, which you'll see right here at the bottom right-hand corner, and also your enemies will have an active time battle gauge as well. Whoever's gauge fills up first, as you guys know, depending on your speed stat, which is usually the case in most games, will get their turn to attack, move, or whatever. But unlike most games, this one has a grid system. Now, the grid system is basically just used to determine your place in combat. Think about something like chess or checkers, just, without the movement restrictions. So you can go anywhere at any time. The only thing is, remember, moving a certain spot on the grid does take a turn. Hence, you'll see the option to move a space on the on there as one of your turns. You'll have you'll have the option to move. You'll have the option to advance time, which is basically, just like using a turn, and you'll also have the option to use actions, spells, or swap characters. In this case of this battle, I'm only using one character currently to avoid spoilers and things like that. But if you have other characters with you, that would be, to swap to one of those characters for their turns to move and things like that. Now, when it comes to these battles, think of a combat system kind of like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, if you've ever played that. Just like in that game, your battles take place exactly where you run into your enemies at. So, for example, when I ran into these level 5 Dunwarms, now, mind you, they were shown as green because, they match my level or they're under. So you need to look out for that when you're on the open field, too. Enemies who have, like a yellow level near their name or a red level, that means they're over your level and you should take caution when fighting these enemies. But like I was saying before, battles do take place exactly where you land on the field. So for example, when I was on the field, this giant green stone was here. Well, what does this giant green stone do? That's a good question. It is a healing stone. And what it basically does is whenever I'm in a grid spot where this stone is, it'll heal me for a small amount of HP every other turn, so it comes to my advantage. Now, keep in mind, when you're playing this game, there can also be things on the field that can come to your enemy's advantage as well, that can hurt you, or things that, can be used to your advantage. You have to make sure you're placing your team in the right spot to use these different items and elements on the field when you're going into battle. Now, like I said before, as you look on the bottom right-hand side, you'll see your HP gauge, which is your current health. You'll see your MP gauge, which is how much magic or mana power you have, and you'll also see your active time battle gauge, which indicates when that bar fills up, it's your turn to take a swing, take a shot, or make a move during combat. Same thing with your enemies. The green gauge above them is their HP gauge, and like I said before, the white bar under their HP gauge is their active time battle gauge. Your objective in here is pretty simple: knock their HP down, destroy the enemy, get your experience points, your loot, and all that fun stuff. But anyway, guys, if this guide helped you to Edge of Eternity's battle system, be sure to smash that like button for me. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Have a good one. Hope you enjoy the game.